So I read Warriors Into the Wild, and it is the first book in her first series that she made of warriors. So in this book, the main character is Rusty. He's an orange tabby, and he's a kitty pet. Kitty pet basically means that he is a house cat. And he goes into the forest because he had a weird dream where he was chasing a mouse and he wanted to actually try it. So he went out into the forest even though his neighbor, Smudge, said it was a bad idea. He still goes into the forest anyway. And then he chases a mouse onto a ThunderClan's territory, which is one of the four clans. And he gets yelled at by Graypaw and Lionheart and Blue Star. Blue Star is the leader of ThunderClan, and Lionheart is just a warrior, and Graypaw is an apprentice around the same age as Rusty. So then they are yelling at him to not hunt on ThunderClan territory, and then it ends up they ask him to join their clan. So they give him the one night to go home, think it over, and come back the next day at noon or sun high to tell them his decision. So he goes home, he tells Smudge. Smudge says that it's not a good idea, but he still does it anyway because Rusty's stupid. And Smudge says goodbye that morning, and then Rusty goes into the forest and Smudge stays there. So when he gets there, they say, oh, hello, and yeah, I would like to join the clan kind of stuff. So then he takes them back to camp, and all these other cats around the camp are whispering, like, that's a kitty pet, ew, ew, kitty pet, ew. What's he doing here? And then Blue Star goes on the high rock, which is basically just a really tall rock. And then she says, this is Rusty. He's going to be we're going to take him in as an apprentice of ThunderClan and all that stuff. So then she tears off his collar, his pretty blue collar, and then they try and think of a name for him, but then they're like, ooh, what would be a good name? And Graypaw blurts out Firepaw because his fur looks like fire and stuff. So yeah, his new name is Firepaw. And so then she says that Blue Star's going to take him in as her apprentice and all that stuff. And then Ravenpaw, who is another apprentice, he's a black cat, he runs in and he's like really panicking, and then Blue Star's like, what's wrong? And then he said that Redtail died, and Redtail was the Blue Star's deputy, so it was pretty important. And then they're all like, oh no, Redtail's dead, no, it can't be. Then she asked where Tiger Claw was, and Tiger Claw is Ravenpaw's mentor. So then they were all like, well, Redtail's dead, what happened? They tell the story of how there were border issues with the clan borders. So Oakheart, I think, Tiger Claw and Ravenpaw were there with Redtail as they were discussing that. And then there was a big uproar about it, and then Redtail died. So Tiger Claw stayed with the dead body of the deputy, and Ravenpaw came to tell the clan about what happened. And that night all the cats that had something to do with Redtail had to sleep with the dead body. It's kind of morbid, but yeah, they have to sleep with the dead body until the next morning, and then they bury the body, and yeah, that's basically what happened. And then they appointed a new deputy, and that was Tiger Claw. By that point, they brought Yellowfang, who was a medicine cat of River Clan, and River Clan went missing. So she was a rogue. She was just straying around the forest. And then Firestar found her, and then at some point they just captured her and took her. So they had her as a captive, and then Shadow Clan ambushed them at one point, and then stole someone's kits, and then Yellowfang went missing. So they assumed that Yellowfang was the one who took the kits. She wasn't the one who took the kits. It was actually Shadow Clan. So Yellowfang left, and Firestar went to go after her, but there were two cats guarding the camp. So he listened in on the conversation, and he overheard them talking about who was to blame for Redtail's death, and then they thought Ravenpaw was to blame. So Firepaw thought that Ravenpaw was innocent, so he rushed back to camp to go tell Ravenpaw about what he heard other clanmates talking about, and he runs into Bluestar, and Bluestar told him to go look for Yellowfang because he was told to look after Yellowfang while she was a captive. Well, actually, since Yellowfang used to be a medicine cat, he was sent to Spotted Leaf's den a lot, and he kind of fell in love with her as chapters go on. So yeah, he falls in love with Spotted Leaf, but that's besides the point. So Firepaw went to go find Yellowfang and get the kits back. So he snuck out, and then he found Yellowfang, and she had the kits, and he's like, "Oh, so you did steal the kits?" And she's like, "No, I actually found them because Shadow Clan took them because they're stupid." So then they took the kits and stuff back to ThunderClan, and because Yellowfang was so noble to bring back the kits, Bluestar asked her to join the clan. So then she said, "Yeah, sure. I don't really care much, but yeah, okay." And along the line somewhere, Spotted Leaf dies, and then Firestar's sad, and then he keeps putting off going to tell Ravenpaw that he overheard the other cats talking about that he killed Redtail, but he then told Firepaw about the fact that he actually saw it wasn't Oakhart or anyone that killed Redtail, it was Tigerclaw who killed Redtail, and he knew that if Redtail was gone, then he would be able to take the place of Red Tail because he was so trusted in the clan, or at least by um, Blue Star. And yeah, and then can't remember, does the clan find out? Near the end, Firepaw gets appointed as a warrior, and he gets the warrior name Fireheart. So now he's known as Fireheart. Nobody knows where the missing clan went or where they were drove off to. So that's where they leave you off for the second book. So
my heart's stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Oh oh, make me radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me up and pay me like everybody else? If I asked